Hi folks. Well, this week the dope Joe Biden held a State of the Union address, the joint session of Congress. And listen to what in part the dope said.
Tonight, I'm directing the U.S. military to lead an emergency mission to establish a temporary pier in the Mediterranean on the coast of Gaza.
Yeah! The dope is going to assist the Hamas savages in Gaza who are currently holding American hostages, and Joe's going to reward them by building a pier in Gaza and in the Mediterranean. This way supplies could come into Gaza uninterrupted directly from the Mediterranean onto that pier for the Hamas savages to get resupplied. What? That's how Joe, what he does. He rewards our enemies and tossing aside our allies. Americans are being held hostage in Gaza by Hamas, and Joe is resupplying Hamas. Here it gets even better. The U.S. military is going to build this pier. What do you think the savages of Hamas are going to do with American military right there on their shore? Yeah, more Americans are probably going to die because of Joe attempted to resupply Hamas savages who are currently holding American hostages. That's what Democrats do. That's what this dope Joe is doing, is putting more American troops in harm's way so he can assist the savages of Hamas in Gaza while Americans are being held hostage. Further into the State of the Union, the dope said the following.
It's time to raise corporate minimum tax to at least 21%. So every big corporation finally begins to pay their fair share.
That's right. You corporations have had it good long enough. You're going to pay your fair share in taxes. So says the dope. Hello? Hello? You raise the corporate tax rate. The corporations aren't going to pay. Oh, you'll get the money from them. But you know where they will get the money? From you. From me. By raising the cost of products and services. So when we go to the stores to purchase something and the price is rising, inflation is rising, it's because the corporations are passing Joe's extra tax upon you, upon me. And the dope Joe does not care that the price of goods and services are rising because he's gotten millions from the Commies in China, his overlords. So what does he care that the economy is going into the toilet? Then the Prime Minister of Hungary, he comes to the United States and he visits with President Trump in Mar-a-Lago. And that upset many in the news media. How dare you meet with this man? Never mind that Hungary's a member of NATO. Never mind that Hungary's a member of the European Union. You're meeting with this man? They had nothing but insults for the Hungarian Prime Minister, mainly because he met with President Trump. They claim that President Trump is getting along with despots and dictators around the world. But don't you think that's the thing to do if you want to get something out of them? To have a friendly embrace towards them, but not their policies, and don't enable them like Joe does, but to get along with them so you can get something in return. And that's what President Trump is doing. Not only that, was the news media upset with that meeting, so was the dope Joe. Gee, the Hungarian Prime Minister comes to the United States and he doesn't meet with me? He meets with... He meets with President Trump instead? That's an insult. I'm infuriated. So says the dope, or he was told to say it. Further insults from the news media and the Democrats. All right, folks. We'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless the nation you happen to be in. See ya.
Listen to me, Republicans! Listen! You are the people in history they warned us about!